Hello, good evening, everybody. It's Friday. I did tell everyone to tune in at 8 o'clock today. And today's topic, I'm going to keep it really fast because I know it's Friday. Everybody wants to go out and have fun. It is just about 25 carbs that you can include into your diet to eliminate the stubborn fats that, we women struggle with. So I made a list of 25 things that you can replace your current carbs with. So if you are not tuned in, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to grab a pen and a paper. It is Friday and it is a fly day for me. And I'm basically just sharing with you 25 carbs that can improve your diet as well as help you eliminate stubborn fats. Okay. So if you guys have a pen and a paper in handy, I will get started. Okay, I'm not sure who's tuned in, but I know you guys always go back to replay the videos. If you don't get a chance to tune into the podcast, you can always find us at Safi Alkaline Juice Bar on Facebook, and all the publications are repeated on that page. Okay, all right. So the first thing that I would like to talk about is barley. Now, barley is a type of grain that doesn't have a lot of fat. It is a good carb. It doesn't weigh your stomach down like other carbs do. So the first thing that I would say is barley. The second carbs that are good for you will be whole wheat. So whole wheat as in whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, whole wheat anything. If you're going to replace your carbs for better carbs, I'll say go for 100% whole grains. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is acorn squash. Now there's spaghetti squash, there's squash itself, and then there's acorn squash. Acorn squash is a squash that usually has green on the outside and it comes in the shape of an acorn. It is amazing. I eat squash all the time and I actually sometimes prefer squash over sweet potatoes. So if you want to replace your carbs and burn that stubborn fat, replace it with acorn squash. Okay. Another thing that you can replace your carbohydrates with is legumes. So legumes would be like garbanzo beans, regular beans, any kind of beans, lentils, stuff like that. So chickpeas, lentils, they actually burn fat. So if you have this, it actually enriches your diet and it improves you to get rid of the stubborn fats that's in your body. Okay. Number 5 is like what I said, whole grain. So if you're going for whole grain rice, then you might as well replace your whole grain bread. So whole wheat is very similar to whole grain. So people say whole grain, but whole grain is the same as whole wheat. So don't get it confused. Okay. It is better for you. Number 6 is black beans. Now, black beans, I prefer black beans. I put black beans in my soup. I cook black beans by itself with my rice. So some of the benefits of the black beans are helps you maintain muscle loss if you're working out rapidly at the gym and you don't know the type of carbohydrates that you should eat to repair your muscles. I would stick to black beans. So black beans is really good. It also helps with your blood circulation and it ensures your blood sugar to be lowered. So if you're trying to lower your blood sugar and you're eating the wrong carbs, it is not going to help you lowering your blood sugar. So look into black beans. You don't have to take my word for it. You can always go online and research these things for yourself. Okay. Number 7 is my favorite, oatmeal. Now I have oatmeals in the morning and I have oatmeal at night. If I'm really hungry and I want to eat something, the best thing is soak some oatmeal overnight, put a little bit of honey and your favorite fruits, and you can eat that at night. And you know what? You wouldn't feel guilty because you're not going to put on that stubborn fat, that weight around your waist that doesn't want to go away. So replace your carbs with oatmeal. Oatmeal in the morning and oatmeal at night really helps you get that 6-pack. Okay. I'm not going to show you my 6-pack, but definitely helps. Okay. Another thing is quinoa. Right now, a lot of people are fascinated with quinoa. I love quinoa, but there's different kinds of quinoa. There's red quinoa, there's yellow quinoa, and then there's the white quinoa. Quinoa is really, really good. It is very high in protein for people that are vegan, that are doing an alkaline diet like myself. You can make patties out of quinoa. You can make cake out of quinoa. You can make so much things out of quinoa. So I urge everyone to look into quinoa as a rice replacement, especially white rice, because it takes longer for white rice to leave your body. And quinoa is high in protein. So why don't you look for another substitute for your rice, right? So look into quinoa. I love quinoa. I make salads out of quinoa, and I eat quinoa as a rice replacement. The number 9 is kamut, and it is Kamut. Now, this is an ancient grain. It is very, very known to the Middle Eastern culture. Now, it doesn't have starch. It looks just like rice when you see this grain. It is Kamut. Kamut. I don't know how you pronounce it. I call it kamut. And it is very similar to quinoa in terms of the protein. Also in terms of the omega-3 that it has. Eating one portion or 1 cup of kamut is about 140 calories. And it's way better than your fatty rice. Another thing you can replace as carbohydrate is chocolate milk. Now, when I say chocolate milk, and I'm not talking the chocolate milk that you see in the stores that's already formulated for you. I'm talking about taking pure cocoa powder and mixing it with cashew milk, not cow milk. Cashew milk, almond milk, any other milk that's substituting to a cow's milk. It gives you the benefits that you need to maintain your muscle and build your muscles if you are in the gym working out. So that's one carb that you can replace if you're into chocolate. Okay, some of us don't really like chocolate, but if you don't, there's other. I've listed about 10 already. Okay, another thing that you can really use is bananas. Bananas are amazing. Bananas in the morning and night. If you want to replace your carbohydrates and you don't know what to eat, have a banana. A banana a day keeps me away. Sorry. I have a lot of friends, including my little brother, who's fascinated with banana. And I know the benefits in banana. It's high in potassium, and it helps you pretty much get rid of like bloating and gas and all that stuff. So if you eat a banana twice a day, it gives you literally the carbohydrate intake that you need on a daily basis. And it also prevents you from going up and down with your sugar high. So if you're really trying to get your abs for this summer, check out bananas. Number 12, cherries. Okay, cherries are very good. They're sweet, sometimes sour. Cherries are good carbs if you're not trying to snack on crackers that are just filled with nasty fat. You can snack on some cherries. Okay, another thing is apples. That's number 13, apples. Apples are the best. Apples are the best carbs you can have. You can make an apple pie. You can make apple crumble pie. You can make apple anything, or you can just eat the apple by itself. Now, apple is a high source of vitamins as well as fiber. If you can eat 1 apple a day, it is a good source of carbohydrates instead of eating, starch or cassava or something that's just not gonna disappear in the stomach very quickly. It's going to weigh you down. It's going to make you feel lazy. Go for an apple instead. And it's high in antioxidants. And you guys know what I talk about, antioxidants repairing the tissues of your skin and making you look younger longer. So if you're trying to live long, have an apple. Number 14 is sweet potato. I love sweet potato. Now, sweet potato comes in many forms. I will recommend purple yam. I would recommend the regular sweet potato. The regular white sweet potato is also good as well, but preferably to go for the orange. It is low in carbs. It is better for you if you're trying to build muscles. It is high in antioxidants. It helps you to lower your blood sugar, and it's like a magic antidote. Like, it's amazing. I'd rather eat sweet potato than have, some white rice. All right. Number 15 is blueberries. You guys know how much I strain and talk about berries. Berries are so good for you because they're high in antioxidants. Not only are they high in antioxidants, it also burns your belly fat. So someone like me who doesn't like the fat in my midsection, you guys know I binge on blueberry. At night when I'm hungry, it's blueberry and oatmeal. And if I have something to sweeten it, it's probably fig or some agave syrup. And if I don't have agave syrup, I will eat it by itself, okay? Because I am trying to maintain this body till I die. Number 17 is buckwheat. I know a lot of people have heard of buckwheat, but they don't know how to use buckwheat. Now, buckwheat can be used just like how you use quinoa. You can cook it just like how you cook your beans. You can actually mix buckwheat, quinoa, and legumes and beans together and make a beautiful salad. I believe my mom has made something like that before, and it was delicious, okay? It was so good. Toss a little bit of olive oil and, you know, just cook up all your buckwheat, barley, legumes and beans together, and you can make an amazing quinoa salad. You guys, it's out of this world. So try that. Just add in a little bit of mushrooms and parsley and toss it over with some really nice vegetables or your own favorite kind of vegetables and some olive oil. You will be in heaven. So that's number 16, buckwheat. Number 17 is sprouted bread. So a lot of people go into the bread section, and when you go to the bread section, there's the cheap bread section. The cheap bread section, it's about maybe $1.98 for bread or $2.29 a bread. Well, when you get to the section that is sprouted bread, it is thick, dark bread, very little in a pack, and it's expensive, sometimes $3.99 for a little. It's made with nuts and sprouts. It is good for women who are struggling with stress and hormone issues. I would say forget about your quinoa bread, forget about your whole wheat, go for the sprouted bread. It is better for you. They use basically the ingredients that I've just mentioned to make this type of bread, and it is more healthy for you. It doesn't stay in the body for too long, and it's high in fiber. Okay, it is also high in vitamin C, and most sprouted bread is made out of millets and barley. So you guys already know that barley is good for you. So go for your sprouted bread. I will go for that instead in the storage section. Number 19, I believe, is teff. A lot of people have been asking me about teff. And teff is this new grain that people think they've come to a discovery. Now, teff is an old African grain from Ethiopia, and they use it for the injera bread. If you are interested or know anything about the East African culture, you know about injera. Injera is teff, made out of teff. And teff flour is this beautiful ancient grain that has no gluten whatsoever. Now, I make meat out of teff. I cook teff just like rice. Teff makes you lose weight, funny, and it also, it has no starch at all. So you can cook this thing, you can make it into pate. It is very similar to quinoa, but it's smaller grains. You can bake with it, you can make bread with it, you can make muffin with it, you can make so much things with it. But the funny thing is, teff has a higher minerals and vitamin properties than quinoa. So a lot more people are turning to teff. I'll spell it for you. It is T-E-F-F. So if you want to check it out, teff, T-E-F-F. I know you can find it in Bulk Barn or your organic food stores if you're trying to find different ways to replace your carbohydrates. That is one of the best ones out there, teff. Everybody's on teff right now. Now the next one is amaranth. Amaranth is also very similar to millet or quinoa. They're very, very similar. You can actually tell quinoa and amaranth apart. They look the same. But the only thing that makes them different is amaranth is a complete circle and quinoa is almost like a flat surface circle. So if you want to tell them apart, that's how I tell them apart. And amaranth is slightly wider than quinoa. So it is good for you. It is a superfood, because it just boosts your energy. It is high in fiber and protein. I use it as a meat replacement because I'm not eating meat. And it actually helps women as well with normalizing their hormones. So I'll spell that for you. It is A-M-A-R-A-N-T-H, amaranth. All right, so if you want to replace your carbs with something healthy, I will recommend amaranth. All right, and it's better than quinoa. So I believe we are on 22. And the last but not least, it is wheat bran. I don't know if you guys know about wheat bran. So you make bran cookies, you make graham crackers, you make Maybe you want to bake your chicken or whatever you're eating and you want to put some bran on it. Well, I would say to banish bloating, you can use wheat bran. It's totally better for you to consume it. It's high in fiber, and you can have it any way that you want. You can have it in a cereal form, you can have it in a nutty form, you can actually also have it in a snack form. It is very nutritional and it is an amazing dietary supplement. I recommend that to a lot of people. All right, now last but not least, I believe I've touched base on everything. I'm just gonna start from the top again. If you didn't get the information, I believe I was talking about 22 best carbs. I eliminated some of the carbs because as I was reading them, I personally would not eat it. So I'll start from the top again. Number one is barley. Everybody knows barley, okay? Now barley is a grain that you can substitute for rice, okay, instead of rice itself. So you can use barley. You can use barley as a breakfast, okay? Number two is whole wheat pasta or whole wheat. Whole wheat. Number three is acorn squash. Okay, so acorn squash is good for you. You can also use legumes, and I recommended garbanzo beans, lentils, chickpeas is the same as garbanzo beans. They're better for you. Whole wheat bread is better than white bread. Black beans, which I use a lot. Oatmeal. Quinoa, kamut, which is K-A-M-U-T. It looks very similar to rice. It tastes very similar to quinoa, and it's used most of the time in Middle Eastern cultures, but it is better for you than rice itself. Chocolate. Now, dark chocolate mixed with milk is an amazing carbohydrate that you can have. Banana is better to replace. You can use banana. You can also have plantain. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I not mention plantain to my African people and my Caribbean people? It is an amazing carb to have. Instead of having yam, go for plantain instead because of the potassium. All right? And it also helps with bloating. Same as a banana. They're siblings. They're like family. So whatever a banana does, a plantain does the same. Cherries was one of the carbs I mentioned. If you're trying, you have a sweet tooth and you're just trying to snack on something, you can snack on something delicious like cherries and eliminate carbs at night. You don't have to have spaghetti at night. Apples. I spoke about apples, how much you get from apples, keeping the doctor away. Sweet potatoes. It is very low in carbs. I'd rather you guys eat sweet potatoes than go for your cassava. Blueberries, amazing, high in antioxidants, help burn belly fat. How much more do you rather feel good about yourself than to eat something that actually burns the fat that you're trying to get rid of? So I urge you to go for blueberries instead as a snack. Blueberry and oatmeal, that's one of my favorite night snacks. Another is buckwheat. If you don't know how to use your buckwheat, you can use it just like how you use your barley, your quinoa. Sprouted bread is really good. Teff was the ancient African grain that I spoke about, very used in East African culture. It's teff. It is amazing, very similar to quinoa. I use it to make meat and I also cook it. It is high in iron and it's also high in protein. So you guys check out teff, T-E-F-F. Amaranth is also another one, very, very good grain replacement, similar to quinoa, and it's better for you. Spinach, I forgot to speak about that the last round when I was going around. Spinach is also a good carbohydrate. You can cook down your spinach or you can just eat it raw. Very high in protein as well as a good carb for you. Wheat bran, I spoke about wheat bran. So these are the list of 23, I believe, things that you can replace your nasty carbs like your rice, your cassava, your starchy vegetables that's just making you tired and sleepy, not making you beautiful. Well, these are the things that you can replace them with. So to all my audience that tune in, thank you very much. Thank you, Delroy. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, DJ Nines. I see you all tuning in. It is just me sharing my alkaline journey with you. So if you would like to follow, just simply follow me on Safi Alkaline Juice Bar. You're welcome to leave a comment. You can also replay back the video and inbox me questions if you have anything. Now, I urge everybody to not take my word for anything. You have the right to do your own research and find out if these things give you the benefit that I say they give you. Okay? I am living proof because I am eating them. But if you don't have to take my word for it. You guys can go out there and do your own research. And if you do not know how to prepare the list of things that I have said today, feel free to inbox me and I will be more than happy to give you more information on how you can prepare these fantastic carbohydrates. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, enjoy your weekend, and goodbye, and thank you for tuning in. Bye, guys.